Hi, welcome to Steve Chats Wrestling right here on YouTube.com. I'm going to give you a Royal Rumble preview and prediction video for you here. So I'm going to be basically talking about the build-up really and give you my thoughts, what maybe I might do differently, and also my predictions for the show itself. I'm going to start with the Royal Rumble match itself, as it is the main match on the entire card. It's what the pay-per-view is built around, and even more so this year with the WWE title defended in the match as well. I am a supporter of this as it's the first time ever it's been done. The belt has been up for grabs in the Rumble match as well before, but never defended. It was just vacant at the time when Ric Flair won in 1992. This is the first time it's being defended. And at the same time, I think it makes sense that Roman Reigns is the #1 entrant. I do think maybe that there could have been different ways they could have gone about this, because it has been done many times before where the company's good guy or the guy against the authority or the guy in charge has been #1 before and had to go all the way through till the end. It is kind of obvious that Roman Reigns will be there till the absolute finish. He'll definitely be in the final 2 or 3. I think he'll be in the final 2. So that sort of has been done before. Maybe to have made the match more interesting, where he could have come in a bit later. Maybe they could have given him a chance to maybe better his number at the start of the Rumble. Maybe it could have helped the lower card of the event. Maybe he could have had the same match as what he's had at the SmackDown main event. Maybe he could have took on the League of Nations, all 1 versus 4. The 4 being in the ring at the same time to more or less give him no chance of winning the match, or hope not anyway. You know, it could have been if he won the match, he gets the number 30 spot, which he's not going to do. He could give a valiant effort, maybe fight 15-20 minutes, and that could improve his number to maybe come actually in the Rumble, maybe the number 15 spot or something. And at this point as well, he would have already been in a 15-minute match where he would have been beaten up badly, and this would have also given more people to have a chance to have sympathy behind him, which I think he's going to need a lot of with the run-up to WrestleMania, especially if he is maybe to lose the belt and regain it, or if he is to indeed keep the belt. He needs people on his side for this angle to work. For myself personally, as well, you could have looked at maybe, I'm a traditionalist, I kind of like the idea of the Royal Rumble, the winner going to WrestleMania. It's been done for more than 20 years now, and I think that could have been a nicer thing to do, to know who was going to be in the main event and deal with the champion before. I think it could have been just as much fun, because Reigns will be chasing the belt anyway, whether he wins or loses on Sunday. There has been a lot of emphasis, even where he's attacked the bosses, Vince McMahon and Triple H, in the build-up, which the build-up for Roman Reigns out of the way has been progression all the way. It's been an okay build-up. Not everything has been perfect. Some stuff on Raw has perhaps been focused too heavily around it, not too much on the lower card, but when you come with this storyline, this is the main storyline that we've had to watch. Has it been the best? Maybe it's not been the best, but I feel it's been slightly better than what we've had to watch maybe in the last year. It's been slightly more encouraging in places, particularly the Raw where Roman Reigns won the title. This could have maybe led to something different maybe in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, last year there was a triple threat, and we've had the idea of the top superstar against the boss before. Triple H has already been on WWE TV in NXT in London since his beating up at TLC, so there's no reason why he couldn't have come back before. Maybe it might have made sense for him to come back when Roman Reigns defeated Sheamus at the turn of the year. Maybe that could have led maybe even to a triple threat match after the Superman Punch from Vince McMahon with Roman Reigns, Triple H, and even Vince McMahon, and this could have been a glorified screw job, because rather than having to beat the man, they've only got to pin each other to get the belt off of Roman Reigns. I do feel that Triple H will also be in the Royal Rumble. This could be a fear to many, as I'm going to predict he's going to win it. I reckon he'll come back as the number 30 entrant in the Royal Rumble match, and this I think will lead to the victory. As regards to Brock Lesnar, I think that he will eliminate the entire Wyatt family. I don't think he's going to be a late entrant in the Rumble. I think he's going to come through at the latest number 20, but I think the Wyatts will come back during the match. Maybe if he's in the final 3 with Triple H and Roman Reigns, the Wyatts could come back to eliminate Brock Lesnar on a 4-on-1 attack, which could maybe build a program towards WrestleMania. With surprise entrants have become perhaps the more fun part of the Royal Rumble of recent. I'm predicting that AJ Styles could make his debut in the Royal Rumble match. I've seen on the dirt sheets as well, particularly, that there could be a surprise return of John Morrison as well. I think he'd be a very welcome addition to the mid-card in WWE if he does come back full term. But if it's a one-off, it still would be a nice spot. Maybe he could be in the match at the same time as Kofi Kingston, who both have had great ways of escaping elimination in the Royal Rumble. Maybe they could do something where it works together, where they both keep each other in the match without both feet hitting the floor. That could be an interesting touch to the match. Injuries provided, I'm sure WWE would have put on a stellar Royal Rumble with this build to WrestleMania being so big. Personally, if it would have been my choice and everyone would have been fit, I think the best surprise would have been to have The Undertaker as number 1 in the Rumble, and I would love to have seen Sting as number 2. I think that would have been brilliant, an epic stare down in the Rumble match, to the point maybe they don't even touch each other till the third wrestler comes out, interrupts them and gets thrown over the top rope before they get physicality in the match, which could have been a great build-up for the match that everybody would love to see at WrestleMania. It's just a shame that there's injuries involved and this match probably will never happen. But going to what I think actually will happen in the Royal Rumble, a nice touch would be Curtis Axel is in the match, claiming he never got eliminated last year. I think a nice touch if they could get him to come out the same number. I believe he was number 6 last year. If he could come out as number 6 with a microphone saying how he was never eliminated, it's been a whole year since he's been eliminated from the Royal Rumble, and that he's going to win it this year, could walk straight into the ring against Roman Reigns and get chucked straight out. I think it could be quite a comical moment. It is a shame because Curtis Axel actually deserves better on WWE TV. He's a solid performer. He's not the strongest on the mic, but I'm not sure about the social outcast just yet. I don't think they go together at all. And I think eventually give them another month or two if they're not already seen as glorified jobbers. They did have where Heath Slater beat Dolph Ziggler on Raw, but all of them were put to waste by the Big Show quite quickly on Raw this past week. As for other Royal Rumble number predictions, as Reigns is the number 1, I am going to go for a Big Show or King Barrett to be number 2, and I reckon the other competitor will be number 3. And I'm expecting both of them to be made quick work of by Roman Reigns. I expect him to have quite a strong start in the Rumble. I think maybe when someone like a Wyatt comes out or something, that would probably be when it changes and the ring will start to fill up with more people. So yeah, that's pretty much my predictions on the Royal Rumble match itself, and what maybe I could have done differently on the card, maybe the build-up. I do think the lower card isn't as strong as it could be, but there is one match that I'm particularly looking forward to, is Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. I do feel that this has had slow progression building up to the pay-per-view, and I'm expecting a Dean Ambrose win. I expect it to be a close match, and this should be the match that is before the Rumble. And hopefully we'll get good sufficient time to make a classic encounter. The feud does kind of remind me of maybe in the Attitude days of maybe when Benoit faced Jericho. It kind of has that feel about it where you could see this match happen a few times more, but I don't see me necessarily getting bored of it just yet. Moving on, we're going to look at the Divas title match, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Personally, for me, if I was to make any changes to this match, every match they've had a few matches, Raw and SmackDown, over the last few weeks. So to see the same thing again could be seen as a bit repetitive. But there's always been interferences in every single match. I think it would have been better if there was more emphasis put on the idea that Ric Flair was not at ringside. Let these two just go at it just the same way they do in NXT when they were there. They put on a great match when they were there in NXT. I'd like to see them do the same at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So for this match, just give us some time. I'm going to predict a Charlotte victory, though, on this occasion. Looking next, we'll go for the Usos versus the New Day in the tag team title match. Not a lot of emphasis has been put on this match, really. I still don't understand why the Usos were tag team of the year. It's just perhaps an excuse to put them in this match. The New Day have held the belts for a while now. Probably is about time they probably lose the belts. So I'm going to go for an Usos victory. I'm not saying really I'm too excited about this match, although I'm sure it actually will be a better match when actually watching it on the pay-per-view itself. Last but certainly not least, we're going to look at Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. This is for the United States title match. It's the last time these two should probably face each other, as they've also faced each other multiple times recently on Raw and SmackDown, starting with the quarterfinals Survivor Series WWE title tournament, where Alberto Del Rio won on that occasion. They've had 3 matches recently where Kalisto originally won the first one, then Kalisto won the title, and now Alberto Del Rio has won the title back. There was a lot of stick as well with Alberto Del Rio winning the title back so quickly, just a day after Raw, although 3 days if you count it when it's actually televised. But this has been done multiple times before, particularly in the Attitude Era. I remember when Jeff Hardy won the Intercontinental title, excuse me, from Triple H in 2001. He won it on a SmackDown or a Raw, and then vice versa. The other show, he lost it straight away afterwards. So it's not uncommon. It does happen, and I do feel Kalisto has been built pretty well. He's got much more of a position on the show, better position than what he did come this time when it was TLC. So he does deserve his position on the card, and I think it'll be an okay match, but I will go for Alberto Del Rio to retain his title. That's my predictions and preview and what I would do differently for the Royal Rumble. If you have any comments, then please leave them in the comments section what you would do. If you like this video, then please like it and subscribe as well. There'll be more coming for you very soon here on Steve Chats Wrestling, right here on youtube.com. Thank you for watching.